What is up, peeps? Welcome back to the channel. I told all y'all we'd have a full breakdown of the conversation between Aiden Ross and FaZe Banks, who sometimes hops on his kick stream to talk about all things FaZe Clan, which we are very curious to see where the future of this organization will go. You guys can leave a comment down below where you think the future of FaZe Clan is going to be. First and foremost, FaZe Banks saying we are about 45 days out at the point of this recording. I think about a week has passed by, so we are in the 35 to 40-ish days until FaZe Clan's newest CEO will be FaZe Banks himself if this merger does eventually go through.
You're CEO in FaZe. You have full on everything. Number one, what's the first thing you're doing?
Not yet. 45 days out. Bro, honestly, it's going to make people upset, but if there's one thing I'm really good at doing, it's articulating like the vision and like where my head's at. And honestly, bro, like you're talking to a kid who founded some like really special sacred shit to me 10 years ago with 3 of my best friends, created this like globally recognized sick legendary brand.
And I would say also one of the bigger lines that he and Aiden talked about is Banks literally says that he, and I imagine the other OG guys, were R-worded throughout this process, right? It's been a long, strenuous back and forth, and not many details have been unveiled around this. I would love to see Banks really, or Rain, or Apex, or Temper, anyone come out and actually give the details as to how FaZe Clan was kind of given away to what he later says are these old, rich weirdos that I think he's also talking about, the ones who, it's a very harsh way of saying it, but you guys, I think you can imagine maybe why he said it, that they were R-worded by these old rich weirdos throughout this process of FaZe Clan becoming a billion-dollar company. Pretty crazy thing for Banks to say. I hope that one day we get the details as to how that went about. I think it's public perception, though, or at least a lot of people wondering, weren't you guys complicit in FaZe Clan becoming what it is today? That is what people have said in response whenever these guys have talked about it. So maybe one day Rain or Banks or these guys will sit down and give us those full details. But here's Banks saying it.
Got taken advantage of by a bunch of like old rich fucking weirdos and like just kind of had to trust the process and just got fucking ripped through the whole process.
You did get ripped.
So at this point, it's like finally this company and like the power of it has been acquired by a different company who just is down to pass me the rock and like let me do my thing.
Let you do your thing.
So I'm stripping FaZe down, butt naked, bare bones, and just like doing what I want to do with people that I want to do it with.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
It's not forcing shit. It's like these corny ass posts and tweets and shit. Like, and honestly, like a lot of people are gonna get kicked. And even me just saying that right now, like staff, everything, like, and people are gonna have something to say about it. But honestly, where my head's at, it's like, you guys gotta understand, bro. I've made some like weak ass salary that I wouldn't fucking get out of bed for with FaZe over the last X amount of years. It's like I don't even account for it.
Yeah.
That's the only amount of money I've ever made at FaZe. This previous CEO, I don't even know if I'm supposed to be saying this shit, but everybody has these like fucking deals where like if they get fired or they go somewhere else, they get millions of dollars. Like I've never touched that much money at FaZe ever. I've spent money on FaZe. It's fucking crazy.
I want to talk about something. Do you remember when I first moved in and I was like, Ricky, should I join FaZe? You know what you told me? You said, fuck no.
Probably because I keep it a buck.
Yeah, dude.
I keep it a buck.
I said, Ricky,
do
I join FaZe? You're like, fuck no. You're not doing that. You literally were not gonna let me do that. I just remember how insane that was back then.
And that's why I've been kind of separated from it. Like I've never been one to like chase clout or jump on camera. Like people who really, really know me know that like that isn't my thing. I don't even necessarily really love it.
Yeah.
When me and you are doing it, it's cool because it's just natural. You're my fucking brother.
Yeah.
I was good at the vlog shit. It made sense. Like it was cool to capture like those moments in that like era in that crib with fucking Rice, Alyssa, Nelk, all that shit. Like that shit was cool. But as soon as it stopped being cool, I stopped.
And I think one of the more touching parts of this was Banks quickly touched on the passing of his father, who was always a big fan of FaZe Clan. And that's one of the big inspirations for him bringing back FaZe Clan to what it was. Can't knock that at all. The guy obviously has dedication. The guy obviously is confident in what he can do with FaZe Clan. So nothing but good things to say about that.
Yeah.
At my peak. Like
you don't give a fuck about this
I
shit.
don't care about any of that shit, bro. But this shit means a lot to me. My dad passed away earlier this year. Not to get cliche and corny about it, but like
prayers in the chat.
This shit meant the world to him. This was the coolest thing that's ever happened type shit. Like for me, I saw this thing that we created be worth billions of dollars, and now it's fucking worthless as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And it's like, at this point, this shit's gonna be on my tombstone one day. So I'm fucking FaZe Banks, whether I like it or not. Not that I don't like it. This shit really is me. It just kind of got hijacked for a minute. So
don't worry, we're gonna make sure you get that shit right back. I know you're not worried at all.
Totally confident in myself. If there's one thing I know how to do, it's
Wait,
this
can
shit.
I suggest who we kick out of FaZe?
I don't want to do that on stream. I want to be respectful. I want to be respectful to fools. But my whole point is like, I don't give a fuck what people want us to do with this. This is our thing. We're gonna do what the fuck we want to do.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, don't watch it. If you don't like it, don't fuck with it.
Fuck no, not your age. Hell no. Your age.
No, he's the GOAT.
Yeah, what? Hell
Honestly,
no.
I wanted him to join after the merge. I'm like, bro, let's pump the brakes. Let's pause it because I really fuck with him. I fuck with his clique. And no, he's wave. He's on the same shit.
I love your age.
He's
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
And honestly, it's not even members' fault. It's not even like it's anyone's fault. It's honestly FaZe's fault. FaZe has set up all these kids for absolute fucking failure because they don't know anything about the internet. The people who have been in charge of this don't know anything about content. They don't know anything about fucking gaming history, gaming culture. It all sounds super whack, but like,
yeah,
that's real shit.
And then he also talks about, FaZe being a $1 billion company and now borderline being worthless when you have, a stock exchange or, a stock deal to have this merger go through. Complexity's parent company, GameSquare, the tens of millions of dollars of stocks to acquire FaZe Clan underneath itself. We don't know the exact financial details of what that worth and value is, but it's certainly far from the $1 billion touted headlines that we did see. And so for all he cares, it's borderline worthless. Shortly after that, Aiden Ross just, being Aiden Ross. And I think Banks does a pretty good job of avoiding and not going into what Aiden Ross is, just trying to get a quick clip and some quick, chatters out of this saying that Banks should fire all women in FaZe Clan. I wouldn't take it too seriously. Obviously, it's just Aiden being Aiden at this point.
And it's not even these kids' faults. It's just like, it's what needs to be done. We got to strip this down to like its founding group of people who really live and breathe this shit. This is our thing, and we just got to like...
I think all girls need to be kicked from FaZe.
Why?
What do they do for it?
It doesn't matter. Girl, boy, doesn't matter. We're just gonna... I'm gonna do what the fuck I want.
Yeah. Fair enough.
You're a sicko.
I know. But regardless, bro.
You're trying to get me in trouble.
I know. I'm sorry. I forgot. Yeah, bro. You're about to be CEO. I gotta.
Nah,
chill.
but fuck it though. That's the other thing too. Fuck it though.
You don't care?
It's all corporate, publicly traded. It's like I can't like.
You don't care?
Nah, I don't.
So you're like you.
Keep it a buck.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. I'm not censored anymore. I say what.
But they'll take it. They'll take words. They'll take.
Oh yeah.
People will take quotes
yeah,
from this, and I'll get
yeah.
fucking spammed.
And I think the key that I want to focus on there as well is FaZe Banks has said this time and time again, that when he takes over FaZe Clan, there will be cuts and that he will. I think I previously tweeted about this. Like he's going to be cutting heads. Like people are going to go, whether guy or gal, he's going to be getting rid of a lot of people. I think that makes sense for a couple of reasons, even with just the merger initially when Complexity or their parent company brings on FaZe Clan, who has already gone through a double round of layoffs. Typically with these mergers, not everyone is going to stay to begin with. And even more so when you put FaZe Banks as the head of this and you give him the helm, he decides, hey, here's what we want to do. Here's how many people we need to do it, who stays and who goes. He has time and time again said, hey, people are leaving. Like I'm going to be cutting people. And with that, cutting expenses. So I think the big thing I'm taking away from this is one, I'm super curious where FaZe Clan is going to go and how Banks could even possibly save FaZe Clan, or can he do it? There's people on both sides of that coin. And then even more so, who stays and who goes, right? You got Jev, you got Ruh, you got Temper, you got Apex, Adapt, and Rain, and what about Tico and Nuke Squad and the Flank? And there's so many people underneath the FaZe Clan brand currently. Who stays and who goes would be my bigger question, and that's probably going to be some big news over the next month as we see some people unfortunately part ways. Seabass was being one of the first. Their old CEO, Lee Trink, was the first, and certainly more to come off of that. That is what FaZe Banks had to say about the future of FaZe Clan. Still says he is confident that he can bring them back to where they were, and we'll see if that remains true. What do you guys think? Till next time, take care of yourselves. All right, we'll see you back here soon. Okay, bye-bye.